guys, and welcome back to Project Z Garage. My name is Ansar and I'm here with my brother Al, and we are continuing on the Audi A4 2.0T motor rebuild. So far we've put together, we took the top off, we covered up, we cleaned up the sides and everything a little more, just so we know everything's clean. It's easy to see if any leaks. And we put on the timing belt here. So we have a position where it needs to be. Now we need to just tighten everything up. We're gonna work on tightening up the crank center bolt, which is gonna be 90 Newton meters plus a quarter turn. And then we're gonna go work on getting the pulley installed. And those, I believe, are also a torque to yield bolt. Also make sure when you're doing this, everything's lined up. As you can see, our marks there. Where's the other mark, Al? And we made a mark there just to make sure everything lines up properly.
The other timing mark's going to be on the pulley itself.
Correct. And then the actual pulley itself has a mark on it that we can line up and make sure everything's on top dead center.
Make sure when you're putting the pulley on that you line up the dimple with the hole on the pulley itself.
There we go. And we'll show that once we finish tightening all this up. Alright guys, so now we're tightening up the timing belt tensioner. You have to put in, what size was this? That was a
5/16 Allen head.
Alright, well we use the 5/16 Allen head to fit in there to rotate this. You're not going to tighten this yet until you get this to the right position. You're just going to put enough on so that it doesn't snap back.
You're turning clockwise the way this arrow is pointing. So you're turning toward the right, going this way. And then you tighten this to how many Newton meters?
This is supposed to be, let me check. That's going to be 25 Newton meters. So this nut here has to be tightened to 25 Newton meters.
But you're going to make sure you align this little tab here with that little groove right here.
Okay. So that's good. And now you can see the belt's tight. We're also still lined up where we need to be lined up. We've got the crank pulley on and tighten. These are also all stretch bolts, so make sure if you do take this off, you do need to replace them. And now we're gonna work on, what are we working on?
Well, I'm gonna rotate it and make sure we're still in line.
Okay, so you wanna go ahead and turn it? I'll video.
I think we got a little bit.
You know what it could be? Because we have the tape covering the spark plug holes, maybe?
Maybe, let's see. We should be coming back up on top dead center up there.
Let's see. Yep.
And I'm top dead center at the bottom here. Is that good?
Yeah, we look good.
All right, good.
All right, guys. Since I have everything apart, let me just show you guys the runners for the intake. One of you guys were asking how they look since we did the carbon clean, and I mean, there's a little bit of buildup, but on the actual valves, but they don't look too bad. The actual runners and everything look pretty clean. There's a little bit of buildup on the actual valve stems, but they don't look too bad. I might go over them a little bit while I have everything apart, maybe scrape them, but they really don't look too bad. So we got the timing done. Now we got to figure out what is the next step. Probably get that main piece over here on and tighten everything up on that side, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so we kind of got everything for the timing belt sorted out. Now we're going to put the cover back on, the top cover, the valve cover on. We did throw some assembly lube on the cams just to make sure nothing's dry when we do the initial startup. We threw a little oil on everything just to make sure everything's lubricated, and I think we're pretty good. Everything looks good. We're timed up properly. So now we're just going to throw the valve cover on. What size are these nuts or bolts?
T30.
All right, so there's a bunch of T30s. Make sure you line it up. Put a new gasket on. Just slowly work your way around. You know, don't tighten one all the way. You know, you got to jump around so it tightens up evenly. Alright guys, so we're just putting on the intake manifold now. This is using a bunch of T30 bolts. Be very careful when you're seating this because the injectors and everything are a part of it. So I'm just going to I'm not going to fully tighten everything yet. I'm just going to work my way around. Until we get everything snugged up, and then we'll torque everything down. Alright guys, so now we're just gonna torque these all up. They've been snugged. I'm just gonna slowly go around. it's saying that these are supposed to be 13 Newton meters and the supports are 20 Newton meters. I gotta double check that. But if you're doing this, double check it yourself also, in case I'm wrong. Alright guys, we already got the intake torque down to spec. Now I just dropped the turbo on all together. We're gonna have to find the bolts for this and start tightening that up. Make sure we have the right parts that have to go on first, and we should be good. Alright guys, I think we're gonna call it a day today. So far we've got the turbo manifold back on with the turbo. Some of the mounts and stuff we already got on. We also got the intake manifold on. We got the rocker cover on. We got the timing belt done. So we got a lot done, and now the motor's really starting to look, you know, back together in one piece. We still have to do all the coolant lines that runs under the intake. We also have the oil cooler and the oil filter housing that needs to go on. And then there's still a lot of small stuff that we need to wrap up. Hopefully we might do most of that stuff off camera, so that the next video we're actually going to be about ready to drop it back in the car. I want to thank everyone for staying with us for this long. I know it's been a long process, but we're finally getting there. And you know, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Project Z Garage. I like to post pictures of all the new stuff that we're working on, or anything that we're taking pictures of at events and stuff. So definitely follow us there, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.